welcome back. Thanks for coming. It's the Hotline Show. Today is June 14th, 2026. How do you like those New York Knickerbockers? Wow. I'm referring to the game on Wednesday, Game 4. That was a game. Did you watch that? I mean, the first half, I was basically so depressed. I couldn't even deal with it. I checked out. I was on my phone. It was a blowout. And the Knicks were doing what the Knicks do, which is just fucking blow it. They suck. They're doomed. They're a cursed team. But somehow in that fourth quarter, they came back in the most miraculous way possible. It turned into the greatest game I've ever seen in my entire life. There's one call that I found, Monica McNutt, who does the radio with Tyler Murray. Holy shit. Watch this. This is it.
5.7 left. No timeouts remaining. Anunoby is handed the ball. Finds Brunson at midcourt. Launches a straight on three. Missed it short. Tip by Anunoby. He put it in. Anunoby put it in. The Knicks take the lead with 1.2 to go. Bridges on Vassell, Hart on Castle, Robinson on Wembanyama, pass toward the middle, caught by Castle, dropped by Castle, his shot is blocked by Hart, and the New York Knicks just pulled off the biggest comeback win in NBA Finals history. From down 29, they take a 3-1 series lead, stunning the Spurs, 107-106.
Soak it up, New York. This team continues to be and demonstrate that they are a team of destiny. It's been 2 years of the phrase, we will find a way. And man, add more history to the books. Overcoming a 29-point hole in front of these fans, these New York Knicks fans at home who deserve to be able to celebrate with their team. And as euphoric as this is, I'm going to be the one to say it, job's not done.
That's right. The job is not done. The job is never really done anywhere about anything, no matter what you're doing. But specifically with the New York Knicks, they got to win this next game, Game 5, which actually happened last night if you're watching this on Sunday, which means we're going to be hearing from future Noah in a second to let us know what happened. I'm going to go ahead and predict right now that they lost, that it was a terrible game. It was embarrassing, and it looks like they're going to lose the entire series. Usually if I think negatively, positive results happen. I've just been thinking about this team a lot, the Knicks. I mean, obviously, I try not to pay too much attention during the regular season because it's mostly boring and they're usually just going to lose. So what's the point? But now that I'm back in it, I'm like, all right, I like these guys. We got a squad here. Damn, this is a team not only of great players, mostly, but of great names. Now, I was doing some research and I could not find a single formal portrait of the team. You know how they used to do that in the olden days? You get the whole squad together. You get everyone sitting couple rows, probably 2 rows, and then people standing in the back. You got the coaches, you've got the assistant coaches, you got everyone related in the whole team. The Knicks have stopped doing this. And a lot of teams in the NBA have stopped doing it. A few do. I believe the Spurs have a 2025-2026 team portrait. We need to bring it back. Bring back the squad formal portrait. By not doing this, you're disrespecting the future. You want that picture. But as it stands right now, it's really hard to find a good photo of the entire Knicks team together. As a result, people make these really cheesy mashup cutouts of everyone, like this one. This is actually the best one I could find. We got Jalen Brunson, we got Josh Hart, we got Mikal Bridges, we got OG Anunoby, we got Karl Anthony Towns, Cat, Miles McBride, Landry Shamet, Jordan Clarkson, Mitchell Robinson, Jose Alvarado. Oh man, these guys are awesome. I'm going to say my favorite player is Mitchell Robinson, followed by OG Anunoby. I love Mitch. I think Mitch is just goofy. I mean, I know he's the worst free throw shooter maybe in NBA history, which is, of course. And watch, we're going to see him miss some on the line when the game is on the line and potentially lose it all because of that. But there's just something about the way he moves on the court that just feels a little weird to me, and I like that. I also just love OG. I mean, everyone loves OG after the other night. There's something about his demeanor. I think he's on the spectrum.
Hey, OG. Liam McCune from Sports Illustrated. You just hit the game-winning shot in an NBA Finals game in front of your home crowd. How does that feel?
It feels cool. I mean, everyone's pretty excited. I'm excited too.
That is our New York Knicks. Maybe we won last night. Maybe we didn't. There it is. Let's see. I'm saying they lost. Hello? The New York Knicks are the champions. No fucking way. 94-90. Get out of here. Was it good? Oh yeah, it was good. Jalen Brunson scored 45 points last night. Oh man, I can't believe it either. We finally did it. That sounds great. Wow. Been waiting so long for this. Thanks for letting me know. See you later, Noah. All right, see you, Noah. Is the job done? Now what are we supposed to do? If you don't know, this is the Hotline Show. People call the number. It's in the description below. They leave a message. They ask a question. Usually it's about photography. But hey, it can be about anything. Like, who is your favorite New York Knickerbocker? Is it Josh Hart? Is it Jalen Brunson? I mean, he's all right. Call the number. It's in the description below. We have 2 calls today. This first one, very important.
Hey, Noah, longtime listener, love the show. I was wondering, when you go into a deli or an ice cream store or any kind of store that serves free samples, do you partake? Like if you go in and you're getting like some turkey and cheese or something to make a sandwich, do you experiment and try the different cheeses and ask the guy or woman to cut you a slice so you can sample it? Or do you believe, like I believe, that every decision in life is a assumed risk and you should be prepared for disappointment and it's not always going to work out? So sometimes we buy a half a pound of sliced cheese and we eat the first slice and we're like, damn, not for me. Bad choice. Not super happy with my decision. This is what I have for the week. This is what I'm committing to. This is my life for the next week. And that's okay, because there's next week and I won't get this one next week. Maybe I'll get something even more disappointing, or I could get something amazing. I'm just curious about that. Ice cream shops too, with the little spoons. You know, every time you go to an ice cream shop, you're invariably stuck behind someone who can't make up their mind and decides to try every single flavor. And the worst people are the ones who are like, can I actually try that one again? Now that I've had time to reflect and survey 6 flavors, I want to circle back to the Dubai style pistachio chocolate ice cream limited edition flavor, just to see if this is what I want right now. It's just not for me, but I was wondering if it was for you. Great content that you're making, by the way. Thank you so much for all you're doing.
Wow, caller, thank you so much for that. This is a great question. Do I partake in free samples? Like at cheese shop at the deli? I don't really do that. I don't know where people do that. Where do you do that? Where you sample cheeses? Is that like a Whole Foods thing? I don't know. There's nothing to sample at my grocery store here. It's just all that boar's head shit. I never get sliced meat or cheese from the deli. I've never been into that. I'm usually a one meal at a time kind of person. I don't buy the same, like a half a pound, a full pound of meat and cheese to then eat throughout the week to make multiple sandwiches. I don't like that. I just, one is enough. Maybe I'm not saving money or something, but it's not something I do. And cheese is also not something I'm all that into to begin with. I mean, I guess it would make sense to sample cheese, but I don't just want like a random sample of cheese, a little random sample. I don't know. Maybe if I'm walking through Costco or something and they have a bin set up and it's like a sample thing happening in that moment, maybe I'll try it, but usually not. I'm very particular about that kind of thing. And I don't want to have all these different flavors in my mouth at all times. Same kind of goes for ice cream. I know what I want in an ice cream shop. I'm just going to probably get the mint chocolate chip. That's it. I don't need to try any of the other things. And I don't like the little spoons. I think it's weird. I think it's wasteful. I do think it's annoying to have to wait for someone to do it. I understand why they're doing it. I'm learning to be more patient. I think you should too. People enjoy their lives different ways than we might. But I think you're correct where there are assumed risks in life where you just have to commit to something and it may or may not work out. I practice this with things that I order online. It is very, very rare that I will return something that I bought if I don't like it. Especially, it obviously depends on the price range or if it's something very specific to something I need. But if it's clothing or other types of things, I'm buying it and then I live with the consequences of that decision. And I do think that most people should do that and they shouldn't overburden the people on the other end of this sort of transaction. Thanks for that call. Really thought-provoking. I hope you're doing okay. It's not that big of a deal. But it'll be okay in the end. Maybe. We got one more call from Susanna.
I know it. It's Susanna. Recently, I watched the documentary Love and War, which is about the conflict photographer Lindsay Addario, and I thought it was terrific. And I wondered what your favorite movie about a photographer is, or your favorite movie about photography, or your favorite movie your favorite movie by a photographer. Anyway, hope you're good. Bye.
Susanna, thank you so much for that call. Really good question. Been wanting to talk about this for quite a bit. I've been thinking about it. Movies about photography or by photographers or just having something to do with photographers. There's a number of them. There's not a ton. Of course, there's also documentaries, and that's its own category, right? So we have fiction, we have nonfiction, and then we have the films made by photographers. And I'll just go over that real quick because I don't think there are a lot of films that are made by photographers that exist just in general. I feel like that was something that happened way back in the 90s and the early 2000s where that was kind of a thing. And I mean, really, it was Larry Clark, it was Anton Corbin. Who else? I don't even know who else. I mean, maybe you could count Mark Romanek as a photographer, but he really is just a director. And meanwhile, Mark did direct one of my favorite photo-related movies, which is 1 Hour Photo. We'll get back to that in a second. But just when it comes to those types of movies, like a photographer making a film about anything, really, it's not that good. I mean, photographers generally aren't good filmmakers. It's changing quite a bit now with YouTube and everything, but everyone is every kind of thing. But just like a straight traditional photographic artist, I feel like some kind of rare to see them make something that really is amazing. I mean, there was Kids and Bully by Larry Clark. Yeah, they were okay. They really weren't that good. They were good in the time, but I don't think they hold up. Anton Corbin essentially was just like a U2 photographer, and then he just became a director. I think that's the thing. If you're a photographer and then you start directing movies, you just become a director because it's a way more respectable position in life and culture. Like, you want to be a film director, you don't want to be a photographer. Photographers are generally disrespected and also just kind of big losers, which I think takes us to movies about photographers that are fiction. And there's 1 Hour Photo, which is really great. I haven't rewatched it in a long time. We could go back way back in time, but I like to keep things contemporary, at least in my contemporary viewpoint. So I like things that are from late 80s at the earliest up until present day. I don't really like to fuck with the 70s and the 60s and the 50s. It's just not of interest to me. I get it in the history of the medium. It's important, but I don't find anything good about any of those movies. I never have and never will. Might not be true. I might one day somehow all of a sudden appreciate movies from the 50s. Starting from the late 90s or, going up to the current day, what exists? Well, there was a movie called High Art.
Hey, that's great. They promoted you. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Are you assisting Dominique too?
No, I'm not really assisting anyone. I'm the assistant editor.
Did you get a raise?
It's not about a race.
Can I take pictures of you? Look really sexy, actually. It's hot in here. No, you're hot.
New York gritty art world kind of stuff, fashion related. I remember really loving that movie at the time. Don't know if it holds up. Pecker.
Pecker? She's talking.
Hi, Mary.
Full of grace! Full of grace!
Oh, wow.
Remember that one? John Waters. I remember seeing it in the theaters. I remember thinking maybe it wasn't that good, but at least it existed as a movie about a photographer. More recently, there was a movie called Kodachrome. Do you know that one? Ed Harris and Jason Sudeikis. It's sort of like a road trip movie, and Ed Harris plays this crotchety old photojournalist who's going to try to develop the last roll of Kodachrome at the only lab that still exists. It's not really a great movie, but I think it does sort of encapsulate what a photographer is like, which is just a pain in the ass, piece of shit guy.
Yeah, he would have saved us all a lot of trouble if you shot digital.
You ever hold a pair of fake tits in your hands?
What?
No matter how good something looks, can't beat the real thing. People are taking more pictures now than ever before. Billions of them. But there's no slides, no prints. It's just data. Electronic dust. In years from now, when they dig us up, there won't be any pictures to find. No record of who we were, how we lived.
Well, what's the point of having an artifact if you never see it with your own eyes, then?
Oh, there's The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, the Ben Stiller movie, where he sort of dreams of becoming like a photojournalist, like Nature, National Geographic, or I guess in the movie Life magazine photographer, travels the world. It's funny to think the idea that people might have in their head that a photographer gets to explore the world and see places and all they have to do is take pictures and it's a beautiful life. I mean, I guess in many ways it is. If you cut out all the bullshit that it takes to get there, it is worth dreaming about. But I think ultimately anyone who attempts it is going to be deeply disappointed. But you do have great experiences. It isn't all bad. Taking pictures professionally, that's kind of awesome. That documentary, Love and War, which I did just watch, about Lindsay Addario, who is just an incredible photojournalist. She's got balls of steel. Holy shit.
Daddy, where's my phone?
Mummy is working, Alfred.
God. Is she downstairs?
She's in another country. But she's gonna come back soon.
This is Lindsay Addario. We're being shelled.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The film is mostly about how she reconciles doing that kind of work while also having a husband and 2 kids. You know, she's putting her life in danger while she has a family. Is that right? She feels like at the end of the day, it kind of is the thing that she needs to do. She needs to show the world what is happening. Bear witness. The consequences of war. Not a lot of people will do that kind of work, but is it right that she puts her life on the line to try to make these pictures when she could lose her life and her family would be without her? This is a really interesting thing to ponder. Personally, I'd say no, not worth it. But also I get nervous about like going down the road. So I'm not exactly the right person to make that kind of decision. I'm so glad people like her exist and go out there and embed themselves in war zones. It's crazy. It's amazing. Another documentary, the Gregory Crutzen documentary, I think is one of my favorite photo world documentaries. I saw that in the theaters when it came out. I found it very enjoyable, mostly because I like that particular genre of photo making. I like the picture making. I like constructing reality. And in many ways, like Crutzen sort of makes films in one still.
Making a feature is 24 frames a second. Making a Gregory Crutzen photographs 1 frame a second, and it's more powerful than most features I've seen.
Try sitting right more on the curb a little bit. The car could actually go back like another foot. Just move the phone a couple inches towards him. Maybe too much. Like that.
My pictures are about a search for a moment, a perfect moment.
So I like that. I like the production. So I enjoyed watching that kind of thing. I also remember really enjoying the Vivian Maier documentary, even though everyone knows that I think that whole thing is a giant fabrication and she actually never existed.
The auction house is across the street from my home. I found this box loaded with negatives. I won it for $380.
The history of street photography is being rewritten.
Vivian Maier.
Vivian Maier.
Vivian Maier?
Exhibitions in New York and LA and London and Chicago.
We've had more interest in this work than any other photographer.
There's one particular that I bought, which I love. The composition is slightly off to me, and I think that's why I like it.
We'll go over my Vivian Maier conspiracy theory another day, but I think I've said enough. Susanna, thank you so much for that call. I really appreciate it. If anyone has a documentary or movie about photographers that they really like, put it in the comments below. Civil War, that movie, does that count as a movie about photographer? Main character was a photographer. So I guess that's where, is it about photography or is it just the character who's a photographer? Documentaries. I think documentaries about photographers generally aren't that interesting because photographers aren't interesting people. Photographers are people who look at the world to be way more interesting than themselves. And, you know, that's admirable. Somehow they also end up with a big ego for doing that, though. So that's the show. Thanks for coming. If you're still here, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Do the stuff, like, subscribe, call the number. It's in the description below. If you really like it and you want to hang out more, come join the Patreon, patreon.com/thehotline show. People write me all the time and they're like, I've never had more fun in my life than the time I've spent hanging out in the Patreon. Knicks, that's the only thing that matters right now as far as I'm concerned. Future Noah probably jumped in here and let us know what's going to go. Till we meet again, thank you so much. See you next time.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
We fucking won! We won!